What's going on, Central Unit? Is the Central Man here. So this is my review of AEW Dynamite for the 21st of October 2020. So the first match to kick off the 21st of October's episode of Dynamite, we got the first quarterfinal match of the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament. We got Wardlow without MGF taking on Jungle Boy Jack Perry. The match was meh. Just meh. Was okay. What it is typical high flyer versus powerhouse. Jack Perry, Jungle Boy had some offense. Like he hit like a high flyer moves onto Wardlow. Like he hit Wardlow with a springboard DDT, and then minutes later, Wardlow was going for like a powerbomb off the top rope. Jungle Boy countered into a Hurricanrana. In the end, Wardlow hit like two F10s. One outside the ring, and then the second one in the ring to score the victory. Wardlow advanced into the semi-finals of the tournament. He will face Hangman Page or Colt Cabana. So there was one segment was cut. It was shown off air. This was on the previous week's episode of Dynamite, the 1-year anniversary episode of Dynamite. Basically, Kingston was on a rant. This was after he beat down Jon Moxley, choked him out with a rear naked choke. He said about, Moxley signs a contract to go to the land of the sports entertainers. And Kingston says the love of pro wrestling screwed him. Moxley's making a lot of money and met his hot wife. And he said about, at Full Gear, I'm going to make you quit pro wrestling. And then Moxley recapped it. Really, he replied about, I'm not apologize for Kingston for me becoming successful, buying my mom a house, bust my ass on the road. And I think Moxley brought like really their previous match on Dynamite from September, when Moxley choked out Eddie Kingston. The reason why I didn't tap you out because you were making a lot of snot bubbles, you were unconscious, and then at Full Gear, I'll make you verbalize. Basically he's trying to make Kingston say I quit. Basically he said verbalize the word I quit. Is it gonna bring my friend back or is it gonna end him? And then minutes later he kind of laughed. He talks about the matches, Penta and Ray Phoenix match and Butcher and the Blades in their Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. And then, he talks about the reason why I did this, the reason why being a snake and a liar to get something, get somewhere, get something. I finally got a world title shot. And he said to Moxley, you need to be in the deeper dark place. I'm already been there. I said to myself, wow, both guys cut good promos. I can't wait for their match at Full Gear. I'm guessing it's going to be the main event. Who knows, but... So, moving on to the second match of the World Title Eliminator Tournament. We got Kenny Omega versus Sonny Kiss. This is a short match. This is basically a bona fide squash match. Kenny Omega hit the V-trigger and the one-winged angel onto Sonny Kiss to win this match and advance into the semifinals of the tournament. He will face Pentagon Jr. or Ray Phoenix in the semifinals. And speaking of that match was next, and the match between Pentagon Jr. versus Ray Phoenix. It was a good match. They hit like lucha libre moves. They did like a chop off, basically smack each other in the chest. Phoenix hit like a Spanish fly onto Pentagon. In the end, Phoenix hit Pentagon Jr. Right now he's called Penta L0. In the end, he hits Penta with the Canadian Destroyer. I call it the Mexican Destroyer because they're from Mexico. To win this match, Phoenix advanced into the semifinals of the tournament. He will face Hangman Page. So, and we got the fourth and final quarterfinal match of the World Title Eliminator Tournament. We got Colt Cabana versus Adam Hangman Page. The match was okay. It was for what it is, They had a lot of near falls. I thought like Colt Cabana would beat Hangman Page. Like one more of the match, Page was going for like a high flyer maneuver, but Colt Cabana pushed him off, and he followed up with like a splash off the ring apron. Colt Cabana hit like the Superman roll up, but Hangman Page kicked out. In the end, Page hit like a bookshot lariat to win this match. He advanced into the semifinals. He will face Wardlow in the semifinals of the World Title Eliminator Tournament. Buzzword of this week's episode of Dynamite. Okay, and then we got this segment with Sammy Guevara. Still, it's just a recap, just like follow up from the previous segment with Matt Hardy, basically burning a lot of pictures of Matt Hardy, and I don't know, it's leading up to a match at Full Gear. This is going to be a Elite Deletion match. I hope it's way better than the Deletion match at All Out, that when Matt Hardy took that nasty bump off the scissor lift. And then we got this segment with Taz, Team Taz. He said about Will Hobbs, he needs, he's still waiting for the response if he's going to join Team Taz. And, Taz and I almost say Darby Allin, but Taz and Ricky Starks got pissed off because Darby Allin receiving a future TNT title shot at Full Gear. And, Ricky Starks, he really cuts like a fiery, a really passionate promo. He said he's going to put Darby Allin in the grave. He called Darby Allin a half-painted bitch. So, and speaking of Darby Allin, minutes later, he did this jackass stunt. He has a body bag says face of TNT, and he rolled down a skateboarded ramp. So, moving on to one of my favorite segments of the night. It's called the Late Dinner Debonair between Chris Jericho and MJF, and it was really fun. Like, basically, MJF is still bragging if he's gonna join the Inner Circle, and Jericho says, why he wants to join? No, don't bother. And talk about like basically MJF dubbed him as the ratings ruler, and Jericho says that's stupid. It has more chance of getting over more than Orange Cassidy. And they were singing this song Shadow with B. The song number was, I found it was entertaining for me. You had basically they took shots with Cody Rhodes, like Cody's a jackass. It took shots with Moxley and the Young Bucks. And then after the song number, they got their steak dinner. They don't like it, and they said Velma. Yeah, I like this stuff. MJF. I'm starting to like MJF. He could be funny. He's not just the serious heel. He can still do comedy stuff, I like him, It's like, I compare him to The Miz, the same as The Miz. He can be serious sometimes, but sometimes Miz can do a lot of comedy. Like years ago, he did the stuff with doing the impersonation of John Cena. It's not bothered. I find it entertaining. So, if it's going to lead to a match or more comedy moments, fingers crossed. So, I like this Le Dinner Debonair. Some people don't like it, it's cheesy, but for me, I find it's entertaining. You could tell MJF was lip syncing. I knew he's lip syncing because he cannot sing. Jericho was actually sing because he's a good singer, because he's part of the band Fozzy. So moving on to the next match. The next match, we've got Britt Baker making his in-ring return, first time in months, taking on, I'm gonna butcher this woman's name, Kaylin King. That is the worst name, and her record is very poor. She lost 11 matches and haven't won a single match. I think that's mostly on Dark, maybe a little bit of Dynamite as well. Anyway, so it's just another squash match. In the end, Britt Baker locking the lockjaws onto Kaylin King to score the victory. Moving on to the main event. The main event, we got a 4-way tag team match. Winner face FTR for the tag team titles at Full Gear. We got Butcher and the Blade, Private Party, Silver and Reynolds represent the Dark Order, and the Young Bucks. By the way, Ali reunites with the Butcher and the Blade because on the previous evening they did an episode of Dark. Basically, Bunny's now back with the Butcher and the Blade. It's very funny, like months ago, she kind of like mysteriously broke away from the Butcher and the Blade and joined up with Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall, and then all of a sudden, on the the previous evening episode of Dark, they reunited for no reason. I don't know why. Don't want to get into it. Anyway, the match was fun for what it is, a fun four-way match. I don't like every time they do like three-ways or four-ways in tag team wrestling. You know, they end up like two guys starting the ring. Why can't I have four guys starting the ring? Makes it more sense instead of the two guys tagging up. You know, I don't want to get into it. Yeah, some fun, crazy shit. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. In the end, the Young Bucks, basically they were going for the Meltzer driver. You got Aisha Cassidy, one half of Private Party, was going for like a roll-up. But I think it was Matt Jackson counted off his own roll-up of his own to win this match. And it's so predictable for me that the Young Bucks are going to face FTR for the tag team titles. And then afterwards, the FTR and the mysterious opponent, not a mysterious opponent, but a mysterious guy, beat down the Young Bucks. And I think they broke Matt Jackson's leg. And then that mysterious attacker is Tully Blanchard. So all of a sudden, yeah, the last few weeks, or the previous month, the Young Bucks they're going slowly as heels. And then all of a sudden now they're going to enter full gear as babyfaces. So are they going to continue with being, after this match, are they going to continue to be heels? Are they going to stretch it out? Or are they going to drop it? We don't know. So anyway, so my final rating for the 21st of October's episode of AEW Dynamite. Boy, I don't know. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think, the 1 year anniversary episode was a little better. In the good, I have to go with, Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. The Butcher and the Blade, the four-way tag team match, I'm trying to say, between Butcher, Blade, Private Party, Silver, Reynolds, and Young Bucks. It was fun. I put it's qualified to be in the good as well. The the promo segment between Moxley and Kingston, that was good. It's built up to their match at Full Gear. That's free. I don't really put the Colt Cabana versus Hangman Page. I put it okay. It was just an okay match. Wasn't great, or wasn't like bad. I don't really put Britt Baker and Killing King match. That was just basically a squash match, same as Kenny Omega versus Sonny Kiss. Yeah, I put and I also put Wardlow versus Jungle Boy, the opener of this of the 21st of October's episode Dynamite, also in the okay. So yeah, 6 out of 10. It could be a lot better, but and also I put the Lit Dinner Debonair segment between Jericho and MGF, that was entertaining. So yeah, I'll give it. Fuck it, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I changed my mind. It's a good show. I can't wait for Full Gear. So hope you enjoyed my review of the 21st of October's episode of Dynamite. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, smash the like button, and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. This is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.